guys, so today I'm gonna share with you my content strategy for the rest of 2020 and I'm thinking also 2021. But since we are talking about the internet, I'm gonna leave some space and a little disclaimer here that we don't know what's gonna happen. So maybe it will change, but this is at least what I'm thinking, and I'm gonna also share with you how I'm thinking and why the strategy looks like it does. The whole start of this content strategy began with me feeling like I am just constantly running and spitting out content, mostly on Instagram, because for me that's my go-to channel. That's where I create most of my content, that's where I hang out most of the times. And I have been feeling lately like I am just spitting out content uncontrollably, well, in an uncontrolled fashion. And due to that, it doesn't feel like I am in the driver's seat of my own content creation. I feel like it's Instagram who has grabbed me in its hooks, in its claws, you know? And if you are a content creator, I think that you can understand what I mean when I say this. And you feel like a stress, and you feel like you are serving Instagram instead of the audience that you want to serve, which to me is just completely backwards, because I don't create content to make Instagram happy. I want to create content to make my audience happy. Ergo, you guys. So that's when I sat down and started to write down how I want to build my content strategy and how I wanted to, what pillars I wanted to be built on, what phases, and how I can put myself in the driver's seat so I feel like I am creating content that is thought through, that I have a plan with it, and that I don't feel stressed that I have to create something right now, or you know, so I don't basically feel like I am falling behind in a way. So that's what I'm gonna go through right now. I'm gonna go through all the steps, all the phases of my content strategy, and how I think and why they look like they do. Actually, the strategy itself is kind of simple, so I hope that you will be able to put this into work into your own business. And to make it short, the whole point of it is basically to make longer format pillar content that build up your brand and your expertise, and make that content live longer, so you don't have to create and create and create and, you know, invent the wheel over and over and over again. So these are the phases. Phase 1. Pillar content. In this phase, you create content for an SEO-based platform. And that is because you want your content to be able to be found when people search for it, for on Google or YouTube and etc. So the channels I will fill in right now, they are the channels that I will be focusing on. So fill in the channels that suits your purposes and what you have capacity to do, but these are the ones that I will focus on, so make it your own. And I will do YouTube and articles, because YouTube is like the second biggest search engine that we are currently using, and articles because then I guess you get the SEO from Google. And from this phase I will email my list, because I have talked about this before, and I can't stress enough how important it is to build a platform and to build a connection to your audience that you control. I mean, when I email my list, I know that they will get my emails. Granted, maybe they go into the spam folder and stuff like that, but in general, they do get my emails. when I post stuff on Instagram, it's up to the algorithm to show it to the people that has chosen to follow me, and that is kind of a gamble. So I want to share my pillar content, my long form content with my email list. And then I will repurpose these long form content pieces into shorter micro content pieces and share them on my socials and drive the traffic back to my pillar content on YouTube or on my website. So for me that would be Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. And by doing this, I have to create the content for these channels and make it specific for those channels and make them fit the format, the images and videos and etc. that I want to use. And you can get creative with functionality that within these platforms as well. But the original content stems from this. It's like you can maybe have like 1 week you have a specific topic and then you repurpose that content throughout your whole content ecosystem if you want. And after I've been posting on social media, you do this. Listen to your community. And by this I mean, listen to what response do you get on these posts. Do you get any at all? What are the questions? What do they want maybe more in-depth info about? What do they want more content about? This is so important because then you can create community-driven content both for social media. If you maybe some topic pops up that you weren't thinking about and you're thinking maybe this can be of interest to more people, you can, before you do a big thing of it in your pillar content, you can create micro content as well, just to try the topic out, to see if there is more interest about it before you put in all the time and work to make it your pillar content. So the thing that you get out here, you can both repurpose, go back up your content ecosystem and do it all over again, and or make new, let's see here. Oh my god, I'm out of board. Community driven social media content. And then go back up. But this may look a little messy right now, but I hope that you can still get the value from it and see how this ecosystem is supposed to move and how it's supposed to generate new content from your community. Because that's the thing as well, when you create content that your community and your audience that they have requested, it will resonate with them in a whole other way than if it just comes from you. Because when you want to build an online business, and that's the purpose of you having your channels, listening to your community is key. And listening to what they want, what they need, that will make the whole difference. This may look like a huge, complicated thing with a lot of things to implement and get it placed and so on. And it might be, but the thing, how I see it is that it's like a huge flywheel, like a heavy flywheel, that it may take some work and time. This takes time in order to get this to work and for you to get to see any result from it. It may take some time because it's a lot of work and you gotta get things moving. But that's the whole thing also, right? I mean, you know that this building an online business and stuff, it's a long game. You know this. Anyway, I see it as a flywheel, and it may take some time and some effort to get it moving, but when it starts moving, it will just keep on generating, and you can just go it over and over and over again. It will just generate new ideas and new content for you. So in conclusion, this pillar content, this is where you start when you are brainstorming and what kind of content you're gonna create, what topics you're gonna talk about. And this is where you start putting in your effort. This is phase 1. Then, well, actually say that your email list goes into that as well. And then, phase 2, your social media. Phase 3, listening. And then, well, I guess we call this phase 4, community driven. So you see, you start up here and then you just push it out on all your channels. And again, the whole point, the whole idea of this strategy is to make the content pieces that I make as my pillar content live longer and actually get seen by more of my community. There we go, that's the strategy that I wanted to share with you, that I will be using going forward. And if you have any questions about it or anything, just leave me a comment down below. And also, thank you so much for watching, and if you like this kind of video, give me a thumbs up. And remember to subscribe, and I will see you again another time.